Hi, thank you for joining me today. Now this, if you haven't seen my video about the Stanley thermos or checked out my article on my website, www.honorableoutfitters.com, then check that out after this. Because this Stanley thermos is a fantastic piece of historic gear, and you can get something just like it today. Stanley's still around. They're still making thermoses. So what does that have to do with transportation of fluids, right? Last week we were talking about bottles, containers. Now this is certainly a container. I did not include this in last week's video on purpose because if you've never held one of these old Stanley thermoses, then you don't know, because these things weigh a tremendous amount because they're lined in charcoal, right? It does a great job of keeping things cold, keeping things hot. This one's a large volume one, and if that's important to you as far as volume, keeping things cold or hot, then this is a good choice. The problem with it is though, is it's just too heavy. I just wanted to address that really quick because I had this as an option. It's something that I considered, and it may be something that you would consider as well as you're looking around what you have at home. You may have a large container just like this that has a lid. It'd be a good thing to grab, right? But if you are hiking, if you are on foot, then weight, of course, is something we have to take into consideration. That's what leads me to today's video. Today's video is about water transportation. Not necessarily water containers, but water transportation. It's something that the Campcraft writers addressed separately. And I think it's because when you are in a camp and you have to travel to a creek or a river or another body of water, having something that you can pack easily, right? It's lightweight and you can have multiple uses for it, that comes into play. Now, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about cooking items. Yes, you could have a pot, you could go down to the creek, get water, boil it, that way you have some fresh water. But when you're doing your dishes, when you're washing your clothes, when you just in general need something that is fresh, or maybe washing your hands, then it takes on a whole other thing. So what can you have in your kit that's going to be lightweight, especially if you're in the early 20th century, that could do double duty? Well, my friends, to that end, I brought a couple artifacts that I think you'll enjoy. You've actually seen these artifacts before on my channel, so I'm really excited about bringing these back. What I have here in my lap that looks like burlap sacks are water bags. Now, Mr. Denny gave this water bag to me. This is something I bought years ago, and I already did a video on that. After this video, you can check out like the Stanley video or the water bag video. Now, I'm making another video about this. I'm redoing a little bit because I'm experimenting with some things to make these things work a little bit better, hopefully. So the water bag is something that's been around for a long time. The idea is that you fill it up with water and you're going to saturate. You have to soak it before, but after you soak it up, you fill it up with water, and due to evaporative cooling, then you have cooler water to drink. So that's pretty handy. But also another nice thing about the water bag, as it is, you can pour it so you can wash your hands, wash your hair maybe, you can bathe in it, you can wash your dishes, things like that. It is so light that you can roll it up and it doesn't take up much space. Now the materials that they use, I've seen two materials. These ones are made from flax canvas. I've seen another one that's made of traditional cotton canvas. I don't have cotton canvas water bags. I read somewhere on the internet that flax canvas was supposed to be superior for water bags, but I gotta tell you, I'm not terribly impressed so far from what I've seen. Now, they're gonna drip a little bit. They're gonna lose some water. That's perfectly normal, but they shouldn't lose water like a sieve. Your water should be able to be held in here for longer than a half hour, ideally, right? In my experiments so far, in about 15 minutes, these things are bone dry. But if you are transporting water, or you are taking clean water and you're putting it in, that way you can store it and do something else with it, then this might be a good option for you. Now, the next thing that the Campcraft writers talked about, even Rogers. Rogers was an author, and his book's on my website as well. It's free, you can check it out. But he was a writer who focused on wilderness survival up in Canada. And we're talking about early 20th century, late 19th century, where there's still a little bit of unrest. It's kind of like the wild, wild west in certain parts of Canada. So this book that he wrote was specifically for the people who went out there and pretty much had to go light and had to camp and trek in very rough conditions. Even he suggested taking a canvas bucket. Now there's lots of different, sizes and formats of these buckets, but they do all have something in common, especially the early ones. They all have a little bit of a metal band to them, and you can fold them and you can unfold them. I'm not going to unfold this all the way, because if I do, chances are it's going to tear. But you can unfold them like so, and you got yourself a bucket that you can dip in the water. You can wash your hands, wash your dishes, you can wash your clothes, or if you just need some water to store, that's what this is good for. So having a canvas bucket that folds up nicely, this even goes into clamshell, so it makes it smaller, but because you get the canvas again, I'm not going to do that for this particular video. These things are incredibly useful. In short, having some lightweight canvas bag, of course, your backpack might be able to do double duty, right? But then your stuff might get wet. But having something separate that you can go retrieve water that will hold it and do a moderate job of at least transporting from one place to the other can be pretty useful when you have to go on the go. Humans take a lot of water. You want to make sure that you're trying to reserve your calories, you're trying to play it smart, so having something that you can store water temporarily is a good idea. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click like. Now, I've got a favor that I'm asking you, and this is going to be ongoing. I've got a project that I'm working on. I'm trying to make historical items more available to those of us who really like historical campcraft, but things that just aren't on the market anymore. And I need your feedback. Now, I've already done some light surveys and I've got some responses which I'm greatly appreciative of. But I'm looking for a group of people who would join me on this adventure. They'll get regular updates about this project. Plus, in the end, if something comes to fruition, you're going to get first opportunity to get the project yourself. So this is a really good opportunity if you want to participate in the process of bringing something from concept to reality. Now, honestly, I gotta have enough people to participate in this. Otherwise, it's not gonna seem like it's a viable option. It's not gonna be worth the time and energy to put into it. So if you would like to see more historical campcraft items being brought out to the market, then please go to my website, www.honorableoutfitters.com. On there, the front page, you will see two links. One link will be to the monthly newsletter that we've already talked about. Now, of course, on there will be lots of great articles, and you'll get some updates as well. But there's another link specifically just for this think tank. So please, click one, click both, whatever you want to choose. But whatever you do, I really appreciate you guys, giving me this opportunity to be out here, like right now, and talking to you guys about my passion, which is historical camping. It means a lot to me. And I'm so thankful to our patrons on Patreon, because without them, we would not be at this point. So thank you, all of you, for however you participate. It's greatly appreciated. Now, if you're interested in the Stanley video, then you want to check out this one right here. It's pretty cool. And after you're done with that one, you can come back and check out this video here about the water bag, which goes into a lot more detail about the history and use, and I even demonstrate how it was used. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Give a kiss hug to your loved ones, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.